Technology today is smarter and faster than we ever could have imagined, and Opus Consulting has capitalized on this. Not only do they provide solutions, but they're solving for those industry pain points in the payment space. But don't just take it from me. I caught up with the Opus experts to learn more. Praveen, thanks so much for joining me.
Glad to be here.
So tell me, how does Opus Consulting set itself apart in a crowded marketplace?
Technology landscape is evolving at much faster pace than what it was a couple of years back. Consumers want more of an agile business model, and there are a host of options to choose from. Opus with this at least 2-decade-long experience is well positioned. We are trying to solve, at least from a payment problems in the industry. And also with our experience in terms of, if you look at our experience from product development experience to innovation capabilities to our delivery excellence, I think Opus as a company is big enough to address some of the customer challenges, and also small enough to be from an agile model itself. So customer wants quicker and faster. I think Opus can really jump in with whole set of experience that we have from the payment for the last 2 decades.
So you've built a scalable payment solution for the industry, but when it comes to digital transformations, what technology is really helping drive those initiatives forward?
Today, digital transformation is the key driver for the economy, right? So today, everybody is talking about transforming or doing a digital transformation. So some of the key technologies that what we understand is artificial intelligence, machine learning, cloud. Moving that kind of data centers or the application onto cloud. So those are some of the key technologies that we're seeing from a digital transformation perspective. And the other thing that we could also, or we are seeing potential is people kind of want to have a better or look at the omni-channel experience, right? So you take either a smartphone or a tablet or through a web browser, right? Everybody wants to get the same kind of customer experience. So what you're also seeing is that more of microservices, open API in the market. That's what we're looking at from a technology perspective, and those are major things that's happening, right? And what as an Opus is we are trying to dissect into some of these areas, create some potential market opportunities, and be ahead of the curve is what we want to intend to from a technology or a digital transformation perspective.
So what are some of the challenges that come with digital transformations? What are you hearing from clients, and how is Opus ultimately helping quell those fears?
I think what we have seen is budgetary constraints, security concerns, and the impact on the business as usual, right? That's some of the concerns from the customer perspective. We work with some of the large payment companies, and I think they all want to be ahead of the curve, right? From a technology standpoint, so for example, if they want to migrate or look at a cloud, there's a lot of mindset change that is required from a customer perspective, right? So what we do is that we kind of sit down with the customers, look at their roadmap or the technology roadmaps, and then kind of build those entire plan in place in terms of prioritizing what needs to be done, how it has to be done, educate them of what are the advantages of moving them or into looking at a digital transformation, create those roadmaps. And also what we have done is that we have created our own innovation lab back in India, where we do small proof of concept and take some of the smaller initiative, and then that way customer feel confident saying that, okay, that's a way to go. In terms of the digital transformation.
So it sounds like you have to wear a couple of hats and act as educators and consultants.
That's correct, yes. So we do both, right? So we need to educate as well because, as I said, some of the biggest concerns is around the security, right? So we need to wear both the hats, being a consultant and as well as educate them on some of these aspects.
So despite some of the challenges you mentioned, global investment in fintech continues to show really strong growth. But what are some of the trends ultimately driving that phenomenon?
Digitization of key financial services, and a lot of these payment options or payment methods that's coming up is kind of fostering the growth in the payment industry, right? And a lot of fintech companies are kind of investing in the emerging markets, which is also creating a ton of innovations in this in the space, in the payment space, right? And what we have seen is from a, when you look at an APIfications or a microservices, correct? People are building applications, and it becomes easier to build a plug-and-play kind of an application. For example, is when you create an open banking kind of a situation where people can just create, APIs are all available from whatever banks, and then people could just create an application, get all the data, and then do a kind of a comparative views, from that perspective. And also what you've seen in North America specifically is around same APIfications, microservices, cloud. I think that's kind of a larger trend that you're seeing in. And I think you can see, a lot of payment avenues opening up across the globe for consumers. It's kind of an exciting time in the payment industry.
So what technology has you excited right now, and how is it ultimately helping Opus evolve?
We are extremely bullish about cloud and artificial intelligence have to offer. We have already created center of excellence around some of these technology areas. What basically does is to create proof of concepts to assets or libraries or frameworks to be deployed at customer or what our customer needs are. And also I think today it's kind of evolving, right? The way you write code and deploy it on large customers, right? So I think it's very important for Opus to kind of look at what customer needs are and then evolve quicker and faster. I think that's going to be important factor for us to in the next couple of years.
Absolutely. Well, Praveen, thank you so much for your insights.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's clear to see why Opus is dedicated to offering cutting-edge technology solutions to some of the best businesses in the payments industry. From Medici Studio, I'm Shannon Rossick.